Welcome, welcome, one and all. I'm Mike, the Digital Kid, and this is PC Tengine, my chronological examination of every game released for the PC Engine, also known as the TurboGrafx 16. Going by the Japanese release date for every Hue card released for the system, I'm going to give myself 10 minutes to play each game and tell you what I think of it. Today's game is Shanghai, released on October 30th, 1987, alongside Bikurimon World when the PC Engine launched in Japan. Turns out it's a port of Brodie Lockard's computerized rendition of mahjong solitaire, and like Wonder Boy Monsterland, aka Bikurimon World, was a game that received a boatload of ports. How does this port stack up? Well, let's hit the timer and find out. And a 1, and a 2, and a start! That's my new start sound. How do you like it? Good stuff, huh? Alrighty, so the basic premise of mahjong solitaire is that you need to find 2 matching tiles that are free, and then eliminate them thusly. Unfortunately, I'm a simpleton, and it's not always clear to me what tiles are free. But hey, those count, so let's go with that. But that one doesn't count, so I barely know anything about actual mahjong, so this is a simpler type of game to play with mahjong tiles, but I still feel like I'm terribly out of my depth here. So I'm going to try and brute force it a little more, see if there are any fitting tiles I can grab. For those of you who actually know how to play mahjong solitaire, you're probably... Oh, wait. There we go. For those of you who actually know how to play, you're probably going like, "It's right there, you fool!" But, I looked up the rules somewhat beforehand. I just wish I knew definitively what tiles were free without having to consult a guide for it. Oh, boy. This would be a pretty boring video if all I did was just babble incoherently about how much I suck at mahjong solitaire while trying to play mahjong solitaire. Well, for all I know, okay, no dead ends yet. To be honest, this is the best I've done on this game so far. That's a new record. Luckily, this game actually has a hint function, which I will now idiotically use right away. Okay, I guess I can get those. And those. No latent penalty to using hints that I can see, other than the dissatisfaction of your having to have looked up a hint in the first place. Okay, let's get some different music up in here. We can do that, right? Anyway, the ports that Shanghai received are numerous. Let me just go down the list. The Amiga, Amstrad CPC, Apple II, Apple IIGS, Atari 8-bit, Atari ST, Commodore 64, F-Towns, Game Boy, Macintosh, MS-DOS, MSX, NEC, PC 8801, which is something like this game's big brother, for the record. The NES, Master System, the PC Engine, TurboGrafx I'm playing right now, the Sharp X1, X68000, the TRS-80 Color Computer, and the Atari Lynx, and probably some others that I haven't listed. Oh god, I don't know where the next thing is. God, I'm so... Oh. Wow. They were there right along. I don't believe it. Yeah, see... I am really terrible at this. But hey, if you think this is embarrassing, wait until I get to actual mahjong. Then you can point and laugh at me for all eternity. Because mahjong is kind of an arch enemy of mine. Okay, we can get rid of those at least. No, not that one. If you want an expert solitaire mahjong play, then, I'm not the guy to consult. Well, I'm not speedrunning this anytime soon, that's for sure. Time to abuse the hint system liberally. Okay. Okay. It makes me feel like such a dummy when I use it. Fine. Whatever you say, Mr. Billboard. Sorry, Simpsons reference. Oh. Slight difference. I can't read mahjong tiles very well either. Some of them kind of blend together. Anyway, this is just going to be me talking in circles about mahjong solitaire if I don't have anything else prepared, so while I very, very poorly stumble my way through this, I'll just give you a few tidbits about the PC Engine itself. The PC Engine was a collaborative effort between video game developer Hudson and PC manufacturer NEC, who was responsible for the PC-88 and PC-98 computer lines. It launched in Japan on October 30th, 1987, with Bikuriman World and Shanghai as its base launch titles, and it released in the United States as the TurboGrafx 16 on August 29th, 1989, with Alien Crush, Victory Run, The Legendary Axe, and the infamous Pac-In game, Keith Courage and Alpha Zones, as the launch titles for that. Games were released on thin plastic cards instead of cartridges, called Hue cards, also known as turbo chips in the West. The name TurboGrafx 16 was indicative of its 16-bit GPUs, but the system actually used an 8-bit CPU like the NES. It was hugely popular in Japan and it even outsold the Famicom, or the NES if you will, for a period of time. However, being released in incredibly close proximity to the Sega Genesis in the US severely stunted its sales potential. But European distribution of the console, as a result, was severely limited as a result of its poor US performance. It had several add-ons and revised models, but I'm terrible with technical specs, so I couldn't name them all. But I can tell you about the Turbo Express, which was a portable version of the TurboGrafx 16 that was like a Game Boy, but you could actually hold Hue cards in it, which is incredibly cool. Alright, and these two. It was known as the PC Engine GT in Japan, I should note. Sorry, I'm starting to get somewhere here and I'm trying to concentrate. But a few more tidbits for you. The most notable add-on for the system was, of course, the CD-ROM, making it one of the first consoles to utilize compact disc technology to store game data. To note, I'm not sure if I'm going to be covering the CD games yet. I might just be sticking to Hue cards. But we'll see if I hit the CD games eventually. That might go well. It might not. We'll see. Support for the TurboGrafx in the States more or less ended in 1994, with the Genesis and Super Nintendo flying high around that time. However, the Japanese PC Engine would thrive until its final commercial release, Dead of the Brain 1 and 2, on June 3rd, 1999. Its final Hue card release having been 21 Iman Mezaze Hotel O, which I think is some sort of manga, on December 16th, 1994. And that's just a brief summation of what the TG16 or the PC Engine is all about. I kind of bounce back and forth interchangeably calling it the different names by which is known, which is probably going to get confusing. But I'll try to conform to some factor of consistency if I can help it. However, I can tell you what's consistent about my performance in Mahjong Solitaire. I'm terrible at it! Oh my god, how many hints have I had to consult? And I keep thinking I'm going to reach a dead end like real Solitaire. Can that even happen, or am I just that bad? Oh, Lord. Again, though, this is nothing compared to playing actual Mahjong, which, I am certain that there have been Mahjong games released for the PC Engine. Oh, and when I get to any of them, well, I'm trying to keep this channel as PG as possible, but I might let a bad word slip out every now and again. venting my frustration for mahjong. I'm feeling frustrated enough already, and this isn't even, like I said, mahjong. It's just mahjong solitaire, which is probably a less frustrating alternative to real mahjong. And yet, I still suck terribly at it. But hey, now that I've used and abused the hint system a lot, it looks like I'm starting to winnow down some options here. Unfortunately, our time is almost up. So... Oh, here, right? Oh, no, that one's surrounded. Darn it! Wait, here? No. Oh, God. One more hint. I'll get that one at least. Bum, dead. Oh, okay. Alright, here's the stop sign. And that's my stop noise. I know. This has been Shanghai on the PC Engine / TurboGrafx 16. I'm really bad at it. I feel horribly embarrassed, but when we get into more action-y type games, kind of like Wonder Boy, even though I blew it terribly at that too and died before the 10 minutes was over, it's going to get better eventually. I hope. Okay, I can't guarantee. I might get my butt kicked perpetually, for all I know, while trying to play the games of the PC Engine for PC Tengine, but this horribly inauspicious performance is something that I hope you at least got some wretched sense of enjoyment out of, because it's apparently the best I can do. But hey, I had some words to say about the PC Engine itself, so I guess it wasn't a total bust. Anyway, I am Mike, the Digital Kid, dreading the day when I have to cover an actual mahjong game. Which, I don't know, it might be like 5 episodes from now for all I know. I don't have the list with me of the games offhand, but... this has been PC Tengine Episode 2 for Shanghai. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. Bye, everybody.